What's up, guys? Welcome back. A little bit of an earlier stream. Reason being is that sorry, I had to respond to some text. Yeah, a little bit of an earlier stream. I got my buddies coming in town. I got a wedding this weekend. One of my buddies from college is getting married. So, you know, I got to record this video, record it a little earlier. Instead of recording at night, so got about an hour and a half until I have to go pick up my buddies. So shit, probably do a little bit of programming, a little bit of Leetcode, and I think we're gonna get into a little bit of some project work towards the end. So got a long weekend of fun. So picking up one of my buddies here and pretty much leaving to go straight to the wedding stuff, the wedding fun before too. So, but yeah, let's looks like we don't get to see the new problem of the day, but let's kind of jump in here. Squirix, early stream. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up, Squirix, man? Good to see you, dude. Yeah, a little bit of an early stream, dude. I have a wedding this weekend, so I have to pick up my buddy in about an hour and a half, so you know, thought I'd record a little earlier, dude. It's kind of out of the blue, but should be fun, dude. Got some DP problems here. Let's kind of just keep blasting through these problems. You know, let's take a look. Let's do word break. Let's take a look. Why not? Scorex, how you been, bro? What have you been up to? Let's move this over here. Let's grab our Scally drawer here. Yeah, this is the perfect time for me during the week. Oh, really? Okay, sweet. What have you been up to, though, bro? I haven't seen you in a little bit, but it's good to see you. I mean, been missing you, bro. Given a string S and a dictionary of strings word dict, return true if S can be segmented into space-separated sequence of one or more dictionary words. Alright, well, let's just start to kind of get planning on the page. Let's grab this stuff here. Okay, so we're given a string S and we're given some words, right? And we just pretty much need to return true if I think we can build S from word dictionary, right? Given a string S and a dictionary of string word dict, return true if S can be segmented into a space-separated sequence of one or more dictionary words. Adam, dude, what's up, man? Good to see you, bro. How was the interview yesterday? It was good, man. I think it went really well. It was like my 5th interview with them, so I'm just waiting to hear back from the HR lady, but pretty much I just need to wait and see if they're willing to work with my visa situation here. So I think I've said before I'm Australian, so I live in the United States, but I'm here on a visa. So you know, I'm just hoping that they can work with my situation, and pretty much I'm just waiting for confirmation from that. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So that means I'd have a job lined up for January potentially. So be nice. I did like what I heard, and it seemed like a great place. So I'd be really happy if it works out. So, but if not, I mean, you know, I understand. But just keep applying, keep pumping out those applications. But You know, hopefully he does. You know, that's the goal. So hopefully I'll hear maybe, you know, tomorrow's Friday, so maybe Friday or even maybe Monday next week. So hope I'm the best for you. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Adam. Really appreciate that, man. Thank you. Let's think about this problem here. So we're given some strings, right? A vector of strings. We're given a string s, right? So maybe what do we want to do here? Well, I mean, obviously, right, we're given the string here, right? I think we need to obviously build an empty string, right? So we have an empty string here. You know, and we build that empty string from, you know, the strings in here. But I'm trying to think how we can do that in terms of with dynamic programming. Check the stream chat up a bit. Oh shit, dude. Sorry, Scrooge. I didn't see your stuff, bro. My bad, bro. I've been sick for a bit. Started learning Java and JavaScript. Work on the historic language and learning self-hosting. There you go, man. That's awesome, dude. Sorry, Scrooge. I didn't see your stuff kind of blended in with the stream elements chat. I didn't see it. My bad. That's cool though, man. Is the tech market that cooked in the US? No, it's not, bro. I only just recently started applying, dude. Like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, yes, Crooks. I'm not a big fan of Java, to be honest, bro. Like, Java was my first language, but I would never. I don't know. I just like. Not a big fan of it, dude. I've really been enjoying C++ though, so that's good. Yeah, we want to build the string, but I'm just not sure. Edit, yeah, what's up, dude? I'm just not sure how we want to go ahead and build this. Edit, yeah, how you been, bro? Me neither, to be fair. Yeah. Today you're streaming when I'm about to sleep. Yeah, dude. Yeah, sorry, man. I'm streaming a little earlier than usual. But I got a wedding this weekend, so I'll probably start learning Go since it seems much more useful to me. Yeah, Go is a good language, man. I've heard good stuff about it, so never used it myself, but yeah, dude, I think that'd be great. I'm trying to think about this here. I think I have a good idea about how I want to do this. I think the way that I'm thinking about it, my Amazon's last run got rescheduled again. No way, dude. I hope you get it at it, yeah, dude. That'd be dope. Let's think here. We probably want some sort of unordered map, right? That probably takes in an integer and a Boolean value. Let's call this like, we can go with DP. Probably gonna need some sort of, you know, DFS function, right? What do we want to return here? Trying to think. I'm gonna leave it void for now because I'm not really 100% sure. Yeah, I've heard it's good for making CLI applications, which is what I do half the time. By the way, if you ever want to learn system design for interviews, you can check Hello Interview. Found it useful. Hello Interview. See, I'm entry level, bro, so I don't know. I mean, I think I've seen this before, actually. I think I've seen it on TikTok or something. How much does it cost, man? Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. But yeah, I'm waiting to hear from that company that I did my technical with, bro. So hopefully, it has free content too. Okay. I'm just not really 100% sure kind of what I want to do here, how to go about this. At least know that I need to pass in a string S reference. Vector, string, reference, word dictionary. Maybe we can move this in our private section here. Did you already get an invite, Max? What were you asked? What was I asked? What was I asked? I was asked, my technical for this company here was an insurance company here in the US. It was more of it was like a resume deep dive sort of thing. He was kind of quizzing me about, you know, stuff that I had on my resume. I had questions about C++. I had questions about JavaScript. I had a little bit of authentication questions, and, you know, I had a little bit of live coding. This is funny. I got asked in the interview, for the live coding portion, I got asked, is palindrome? So I got very lucky. I got asked, is palindrome? I mean, it's a very straightforward question, just like 2 pointers and stuff. But like, yeah, that's what I got asked in the interview. So I mean, I solved it in like a minute. But yeah, it was. I got lucky in mine, so I thought I did pretty well, and I got put to the next round. But so, you know, I'm just waiting to, you know, hear back. I'm on a visa here, so you know, waiting to see if the company's willing to work with my visa and stuff. So I'm hoping for the best, but we'll see. So Added, yeah, you want to help me solve this question, bro? Do you know how to solve this, dude? I cannot remember how to solve it. I need your help, bro. I need your expertise, dude. I honestly don't know how to solve it. I'm trying to think, but I just, like, it's not coming to me. It's been a while since I've done this, I feel like. Yeah, I did it in May, but I don't remember how I did it. It's a DP question, bro. I'm trying to think. My initial thought, right, to do this problem is, so obviously we have our word dictionary. We start off with leet, right? If this, maybe split the word on length, merge the separate word into combinations. Yeah, this is my thought. Tell me what you guys think, right? So we have our word dictionaries here, right? We start off with leet, right? We add it, right? We have some sort of set here. Or I'm trying to think, some sort of data structure here that can check if this is inside here, right? We then return true, right? And this true gets stored inside of our DP, right? So then we can always look up, right? Like if we backtrack and come back to this and we're looking at this variable, we've already looked at this, right? So we can just return, you know, true for where we're at. Does that make sense? Or did I like kind of say that pretty bad? I don't know. But I don't know if that's the way to go about it. Trying to think. Instead, we have a vector of it. Maybe we want to turn this into a set. How to convert an vector to a set in C++. I'm actually not sure how to do this, to be honest. Using set constructor, most common. My set vector.begin vector.end. Okay. So maybe we can do like a unordered set. What are we storing here? Strings, right? And we can do unordered set. We can call this hashy is equal to. Oh, we want vec dot. No, vec. Whoops. We want, what is it called? Worddic dot begin. Word dictionary dot end. It's a DP. It's a DP as we may reach a case where the word is dog, cats, cats, and the word dict is dog, cat, cats. So we don't know whether the last word should be cat or cats. Yeah. Yeah. What did you get asked in your Amazon interview at it, yeah? Like what sort of live coding stuff did you get? So maybe int I, string s, word dictionary. We have our DP. Let's stick with that, right? Call our DFS function here, 0 s word dictionary. So obviously we need our base cases here, right? 1 DP and BFS in 45 minutes. 1D DP and BFS in 45 minutes. The BFS is not bad. I feel like I would have done well on the BFS. I struggle with DP, bro. These are the questions that I mostly struggle with, dude. DP are big ones. I find it really difficult, dude. I don't know. I've done a lot of practice, but I still find it pretty difficult. But I also find, bro, believe it or not, this is a hot take, but I really struggle with modified binary search, bro. Like questions like Coco eating bananas, dude. Like that shit drives me insane, bro. Like it's so hard for me. Like obviously I can perform a binary search on some sort of data, right? I mean that's pretty straightforward. But it's like when it comes to like modified binary search and like you have to think about it in maybe a little bit of an abstract way from whatever the problem is like what I like really struggle with, dude. Like that's my top most hated. Like maybe it's just the way that I think, but it's like really tough for me to like think like that. So let's think about our base cases, right? Trying to think here. My mentor has a playlist if you want to go through it. If would make you a pro and teach you the thought process. Yeah, dude. Yeah, send me the playlist, bro. Send it to me on Discord. I'd go through it on stream. Is that for DP or is that binary search? Modified binary search. So, stood string. Guess we can call this current, right? We need to build some sort of string here, right? DP. Yeah, dude. I'd go through it for sure. We need to build a string, right? Trying to think here. We need some sort of if conditions here. Trying to think. Let me turn down this Spotify. Hang on. So I feel like inside of our map here, we'd want to store our I, right? And then the Boolean value would be either, true or false, right? And this is depending on if what we're currently looking at in our string at index I, right, is valid for this string. Because really that's all we need to check, right? We just need to check if one string is valid, right? Added in general. All right, I'll take a look. Oh man, I just reset my computer, dude. I gotta fix that. Does he have like a Leetcode problem list or? Opinion do you say? I have to take a look at it later. Is it a playlist? It's a video. Okay. Oh, misspelled. Stood string. Trying to think here. So if maybe we can do if DPI. Hang on. Hashmap C++ reference has 5 formats to go through. Okay, I'll definitely take a look at it. Maybe a little later. I'm gonna focus on this problem because I wanna see if I can get this done. Always mix the difference. Returns the number of elements matching a specific key. So this returns 1 or 0, right? So it returns either 1 or 0, right? The dot find finds element with equivalent key value to search for. Key value turns out been iterated to the requested item. If no element is found, pass to the end. I just need to definite. This is a pointer, dude. Generalized pointer. Okay, that's what I thought. Finding access to elements within a container. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I thought an iterator was a pointer. Okay, so we probably don't want dot find. We probably want dot count. Right, because if we return 1, if dp dot count, if dp dot count, I'm trying to think here. If dp dot count, what are we referring to? How I, right? Yeah. So dp dot count I. Then we want to return dp dpi, right? So if the element that we're looking at, but then how are we storing the state of it, dude? Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to watch a video on this one again, bro. It's been a while, dude. Word break, Leetcode. Take a look at Leetcode's video.
Hey everyone, welcome back, and let's write some more neat code today. So today let's solve the problem word break. So we're given an input string and a dictionary of strings called wordDict, and we want to return true if and only if S can be broken up into separate strings such that every separate string in S is also found inside of our wordDict. And we are allowed to use words from the wordDict multiple times. So for example, let's say we're given an input string Leetcode, and we're given a word dictionary of
I think I remember watching this video too, bro.
And
like
code. So obviously, in this case, we could split this string, right, into separate strings, leet, right, break it down in this middle position, and then the second string would be code, right? So clearly, this can be broken up into words that are found in the word dictionary, so therefore we are going to return true. Now, what if we took code outside of our word dictionary? Well, then in that case, this portion, leet, is a word, right? But we have no matching word in our dictionary for the remainder code. So in that case, we would have to return false. And, let's say we had an input string instead called leet and leet again, right? So 2 leets in a row, would we return true? Yes, because we're allowed to use this word from our word dictionary multiple times, right? Clearly it matches this, and it also matches the first portion.
With the Amex Gold Card, every meal is a reward, earning you
Now let's start off with the brute force approach. How would we even structure a brute force solution? Well, there's actually 2 ways to do it, but one of them happens to be more efficient, and I'll tell you why. So one thing we could try for an input string like this one, we could check, okay, the first character, right? Basically the first prefix of this string, L by itself, right? Is this a word that's found in our word dictionary? It's not, right? So let's try maybe the first 2 characters together are a word, right? That's not it either. We would try the first 3, right? Basically, we would try every single portion from the beginning until we found a matching word that does exist in our word dictionary. And we know that we are going to find one like this, right? The first 4 characters of the string are a word, right? So once we found that, what are we going to do? Clearly, we have a sub-problem, right? We found a matching word for this portion, but now we want to know, can we break up the rest of this string with words from our dictionary? So that's kind of how we're going to do it, right? That's what's going to be the sub-problem, basically. So instead of starting from the first position in the string, we would start at this position in the string and try to word break it. Now, in this approach, what we're going to basically be doing potentially is from every single starting position, right? We're going to check every prefix, right? So from the first starting position, we might also get, if, this happened to be a word, then we would start at this position and then do the same thing for this, right? Every word starting here. So basically, we're going to try every word. How many different words are we going to end up trying? We're going to try, let's say n is the size of our string n, and we're going to try basically from every single starting position to the end. So that's going to basically be n times n. Now, we could also do it a different way. Instead of trying every single possible, prefix, let's just check every word in our word dictionary and see if that matches. For example, this first word is 4 characters long, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to check the first 4 characters in our string. Does this match this word? Clearly it does, right? So what does that tell us? That tells us now, we have the same sub-problem as before. We're going to start from this next position now, right? And check. And from here, we're basically going to be doing the same thing, right? So we're going to check, is leet, basically, the first 4 characters, does that match leet? This does not match leet, right? So now let's check the next word in our word dictionary and check, does that match the characters over here? It does, right? We found code. So this is basically another way to do this problem. Instead of checking every single possible prefix, right, of any length, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be checking every single word in our word dictionary as the prefix. So instead of being O of n times n, we're going to be doing O of n because potentially we are going to be going through every single starting position, but we're going to be multiplying by the number of
Okay, let's get to the
in our
DP
word
solution.
Dictionary, which is, let's call it m. And the reason why we're going to be doing this approach is because it's going to be a little bit more efficient, and the reason is they tell us below in the problem multiplied by m. So I'm just going to basically show you the same formula that I usually do. I'm going to give you a quick illustration of what the decision tree would look like. Then we're going to understand how we could cache that to eliminate repeated work. And then by understanding that, we're going to go to the optimal dynamic programming solution, the bottom-up approach, and then we're going to code that up. Usually the DP solution is a lot less code than caching. So we're going to be looking at our input string neat code. So I think that's a little bit better than neat code, wouldn't you say? So what the decision tree is going to be is we're going to start at the first we're at, right? Because we know that if we can find a word, that matches neat, for example, then the sub-problem is going to be, finding words that can match the remainder of the string. For example, if we did that, our I, instead of starting at index 0, would basically be starting at index 4, right? So that's what the sub-problem is going to be. So really, we're only going to have one variable that we're keeping track of in this backtracking solution. And so remember, we mentioned we're not going to be doing it like this. We're not going to check every single prefix. We're going to have decisions in our decision tree based on the number of words that are in the word dictionary. So we're going to have a decision for neat, we're going to have a decision for leet, and we're going to have a decision for code. Now, what we're going to notice is when we try Leet on here, right, basically Leet is 4 characters, therefore we're going to check the first 4 characters of here, compare it. Does that match Leet? It does not, right? We're just 1 character off, that first one. So basically, that means we're not going to continue down this path. Now let's try code. Does code match the first 4 characters? Definitely not. So we're not even going to continue down this path either. Of course, neat does match this, so we are going to continue down here. We're going to do 3 more decisions, basically 1 for every single word in our word dictionary. Now, one thing though is when we are starting here, we know we matched the first 4 characters, so by this point we are now going to be at I equals 4, meaning we're going to be looking at this part of the string. So as we can see, checking neat, that's 4 characters long, so let's check 4 characters starting from here. That's not matching, of course, so then we're not going to continue here. Leet, does that match over here? Nope, we're not going to continue down this path. Code, does code match this portion? Yes, it exactly matches. So therefore, we are going to update our I pointer again. Since we matched 4 more characters,
I feel like that
we're just gonna
shows
take
what our base
I
case is.
and
So
add 4 to it now.
if
So
DP
now
dot
I is going to be at 8,
Sorry.
and
Ryan Miller.
Nate Jones
Gina Costa.
I is
Perhaps
equal
his phone
to
checks his notifications.
Opens the Fidelity
S
app.
dot
With Fidelity,
size.
it's easier than ever to invest.
We
the
just
way
want to
you
return true, right?
Get a second opinion.
Nate likes what he sees.
8 happens to be that exact position right after.
I'm wondering
the
how
end of
he,
the string,
like,
right? This is where index 8
caches
is.
it. I don't remember,
Therefore,
like-
we basically know that we were able to match the entire string. Therefore, we know we can return true, right? Once we find a single true, that means we just terminate, we end the function, we can just return true, and the function is done. Now, from this example, it might not be super intuitive why we would use a cache, but let's say we had another path in our decision tree that led us to, for example, index I equals 5, right? And let's say we used all 3 decisions in that path, and let's say none of them yielded the correct result, meaning we were not able to word break this string from starting at index 5. So then we would return false from this path, right? And we would want to cache that. We would want to say that, let's say DP of index 5, right? We would want to set that to false. Basically, what we're saying is if we ever reached this same function call, if we ever tried it again, maybe, you know, this decision tree could be really big. Maybe there would be another path from, you know, somewhere over here where we tried index I equals 5 again. In that case, we would want to return false immediately because we saw from here there was no possible way to break it down. Therefore, we don't need to redo all of that work if we try the same exact
I'm confused
thing.
what to do
So we
here now.
discovered that our base case is going to be DP of 8 because 8 is the length of the string, basically is going to be true, right? If we can ever get to that last index, we're going to return true. So what we're going to do is now do the bottom-up approach, right? We're going to go through every single index in reverse order, right? So we would start at the last character,
Reverse
which
order.
is position 7, right? And see, can we word break the remainder of this string? You know, and we would try every single word, right? Like neat, does neat match this string? Well, they're not even the same size, right? If we tried to match neat on 4 characters starting from here, we would go out of bounds of this string, right? There's not enough characters. So of course, this is going to be false, right? It wouldn't match neat. It wouldn't match the other 2 words in our dictionary either. And that's obviously going to be true for DP of 6, DP of 5, as well. So both of these are also going to be false, right? Basically, if we started from 6 or if we started from 5, we would not be able to match any of
I
those
just don't
words
understand
in
why
our
we're
dictionary.
looping from the
But
back.
now, if we start here,
Does anyone understand
index
why?
4, so we're now trying to figure out DP of 4. Is that true? Well, yes, it is, right? It doesn't match neat, it doesn't match leet, but it does match code. So we are going to set DP of 4 equal to true. So now let's keep doing it until we get to the first character. So now we're going to be trying from DP of 3, right? So starting from this
www, let's
are
go,
we
bro.
going to be able to match any of these? Well,
Type
none of
shit,
these
type
words
shit.
even start with a T, so of course we're not going to be able to match. So DP of 3 is going to be false. What's DP of 2 going to be? It's also going to
Have
be
you learned Python? Yeah, I have, dude. I prefer to do these in C++. I enjoy doing it more. Plus, I'm teaching myself C++, so I thought I'd do these problems in C++. So,
false because if we were to start at this
but yeah, I used to
character,
do all
this
these problems in
E,
Python.
Would we be able to match any of the words in our word dictionary?
see
Of
how he
course
does
we
it.
would
Let's take a
not.
look.
And what about this DP of 0?
Okay, this is the top-down approach. I kind of want to do more of a MIMO memorization approach. W, yes, bro, yes. Yes, dude. Damn, it wasn't really the way that I kind of expected it, man. I mean, I was thinking about it in a different way, but I don't know. I want to see how I did it last time. I don't remember how I did it. Keep it up, dude. You will rise to the top one day. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I don't know. I like doing them in Java. Yeah, dude. I'm more of a... I like doing it in C++. Okay, so this is kind of the way that I was thinking about it. So I did it kind of the similar way in Python. You make a set here. You have a check string. If substring in set word dictionary, return true. Otherwise, return false. And then we have recursion here. So if I is equal to the length of s, we return true. If I is in dp, we return dp of I. We then... Well, loop 4j in range I plus 1, length s plus 1. Substring sij, if check substring, do something, return true. This is the way that I was thinking about it, like, off the top of my head. I just couldn't, dude. I couldn't get that. I couldn't do it again. I couldn't remember how to do it. Interesting way I did it, though. I mean, I kind of was thinking about it in the same way, but, you know, I don't know. So we have the same here. We have our DP here. What are we storing in the DP? If I in DP. So storing our index here, then we're storing if it's true or false. Yeah, so it's storing Boolean. So same way. We have a check substring. So we loop. I just don't understand why we're looping in front of what I is, one in front. Oh, that's because... Wait. I thought maybe I would know, but... Okay, let's kind of do it a similar way, like... So maybe... What, here we probably want a bool too, right? Let's think about it. We did a bool check string, right? What do we want to pass in here? Well, we just want to pass in a... Depending on the string we're looking at, right? So... I don't think this needs to be a reference, so I think we just do hot stood string. Stood string... Yes, word, right? Here we check, okay, well, look at CPP reference, unordered set. Dude, I can never remember these fucking methods, dude. Like, yeah, we have count here. Turns element if the key that compares key, which is either 0 or 1, so the key doesn't allow duplicates. So, if, dp.count, not dp, sorry. If hashy.count word, we then just want to return true. Otherwise, we can just return false. If we check our string here, we have our base case here. I'm not sure. I'm just going to keep this for now. I don't know if I actually have to do anything there, but I is equal to s dot size. What do we want to do here? Well, we want to loop, so int to start is equal to I plus 1. Trying to think here. I think we would... I think we're looping through our word dictionary, right? I is less than word dictionary dot size. How did I do it over here in my stuff? Oh shit, we're doing the same thing here, right? Return DPI. Is that what I'm doing? Yeah. Interesting. What do we do here? So we loop the length of S. What is the length of S? What is S? Okay, so we're looping through the string. Try this question once you're done with the playlist I gave you too. Okay. Yeah, bro. I might do a little bit of I don't know. I'm thinking about doing a little bit of project work, working on my game a little bit, just because I gotta pick up my buddy after this. We're going to a wedding, so you know I want to do a little bit of work a little bit on my project, but yeah, I'll take a look at it though. I'll eventually. I mean, dude, I do Leetcode every day, so it's like I'll eventually start chirping on the problems. So. I just got to learn, dude. I got to get this intuition, you know, like, so 4j in range I plus 1 to the length of S plus 1. The length of S plus 1. Is that because, right, that's because in here, I think it's because of the way that you slice in Python, right? I think that's why we're doing this. I don't know. So we then check our substring, right? We pull in our substring. So how do we do this in C++? I don't really know, to be honest. This is Python slicing. Oh my gosh, dude. How do I do this in C++? With the substring method. Okay. Substring method, we pass in I and j minus 1. The problem with Leetcode, I realize now, is that it's every time teaching you the optimal way. Yeah, I mean, he did go over the brute force method earlier, but I'm also learning Python, by the way. I would like to learn it with you, like watching your stream and how you do self-practice, you know? Yeah, dude. I mean, I just... You know, I've solved a lot of problems on Leetcode, but like, you know... You know, I'm not the GOAT, dude. Left plus 1 required because you need the last index. Hang on, let's take a look here. Not sure which question this is, but since you are iterating on top of an array with indexes length plus 1 required because you need the last index. When are you streaming next? I'm probably gonna stream on Monday next, cause dude, I'm gone for the weekend, bro. I'm out at a wedding. You know, got the parties, man. Gotta have some fun with my buddies, dude. Back in the day when I was in college. Well, I guess I'm still in college, but my buddy's like flying in from Canada, dude. So we're gonna go golfing, man. You know, go golfing, dude. Have a good time. What are your target companies? What are my target companies? Well, you know, I'm applying to a range of companies. So I'm applying to, you know, big tech companies. I apply to, you know, I want to go to Munich after I get my job. Yeah, man. It's, Munich's fun, dude. I've been before. It's pretty cool. But yeah, big tech to, you know, mid-level companies to, you know, smaller companies. So, you know, whatever, you know, there's an open position and, you know, I feel like I'm qualified for the role, I, you know, go ahead and apply. So, I've been trying to network on LinkedIn. So, if anyone's here who's interested in connecting, yeah, just connect with me on LinkedIn. But yeah, you know, just, you know, I'm open. So, as long as the role fits me. Have you also seen Allianz Arena? I have not seen Allianz Arena, no. Trying to think here. You got check string, call that function here. Chain range and length. Yeah, I'm gonna take this really quick. I want to fully understand this here. Why we're doing it like this? I don't remember. Okay, I plus 1 on length plus 1. We want to try all possible prefixes in I. Take S, I, J for every J is greater than I. Is a word in the dictionary. Take a look here. I is less than word dick. We want S. I plus plus. Trying to think here. If what was this plans to stay around Illinois? Yeah, I have a I would like to. I have a long-term girlfriend here, so been dating nearly 3 years now, so yeah, I'd wanna stay in Illinois. So that's the goal. So what's this meant to be start? Original string dot substring. That's a goal, but stood string substring is equal to s dot substring, and we want to go from what? I'm not seeing very hot market in the South Atlanta, so I plan to move out. Yeah, man. 3 years, time to get engaged, my friend. Yeah, dude. I maybe, bro. I'm still I'm still kind of young, dude. So I'm like 24. So I just turned 24. I don't know. Don't want to get married being so young, man. Okay, then here we probably want to call our substring method, right? Not too very long, mate. 3 years, time to engage, my friend. Yeah. We'll see, dude. When I get some money, bro. Maybe. I'm poor right now, dude. I married when I was 25, dude. Yeah, I mean, dude, you know, I don't know. As much as I like, of course, like when I get married, I just, you know, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm still young, you know. Well, getting married maybe a little later, late 20s or something. I completed my DP idea for this question using ChatGPT right now. Do you want that too? I mean, yeah. I think I gotta. Is it? Yeah, you can send it in the Discord if you want, dude. I'm happy to look at it. I mean, Leetcode, do you have Code Path Premium? So, no, I don't have Leetcode Premium, dude. I just don't have the money to pay for it, to be honest. But, yeah. If check string substring. So if it's true, I got a job. I haven't moved to US. Had to marry to bring her. Is it something to think? Personally, best decision I made, but it is individual. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, if recursion J, okay, so, yeah, I mean, dude, I would, I don't know, man, I feel like being so young, dude. Let's take a look at the solution together, dude. See what you got here, so. Class solution here. 7 year already, 2 kids, the rest is history. But I live my single days. Yeah, yeah. Mastering rule. DP. See, I feel like there's a much easier solution than this. Like, man, this is a tough problem, dude. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Let's just follow what we got, right? If recursion, sorry, we call this DFS. If DFS, J, we want S in our word dictionary. Hello, bro. What's up? What's up, Burke, dude? How you doing, man? We then want to do DP. What am I learning, dude? I'm learning how to get better at DP problems because I'm ass, dude. So yeah. Yeah, trying to get better. I believe that's what we had here, right? Return true, false, return false. Do we want to return true though? Alright, fuck it. We'll just return true for now. Let's see what we get. Let's move this. You looking into machine learning? No, I'm not. No, I'm not an expert, but it helps me to draw what is going on, getting the intervals where it triggers recursion and etc. Yeah, I do. I do. I mean, I watched Nico's video. I think, yeah, here it is. I watched Nico's video for a little bit. Was trying to plan it out a little bit. I had a good idea, I think, kind of how I wanted to do it. But compiler, unknown type, word dictionary. Ooh. Let's move this up here. We then would need to pass this in. Hashy. Unordered set. Hashy, bro. Need a reference. See if that fixes it. Compiler, we need to return something. Let's return our DFS. Use final clad identifier. What is this? Hashy, did you mean hash? Oh shit, I gotta pass in hashy in here too. What was string hashy here? Where the hell am I calling this, dude? Oh, over here. Hashy. Substring. Maybe this is, sorry, not meant to be J. This is meant to be start. Good luck, good work, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you, man. If DFS start, what is this? Error, too few arguments in the function. Oh man, bro. We need hashy here. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you guys for all the comments, dude. Thank you guys for helping me out. So just trying to learn, but okay, we got TLE. Why are we getting a TLE? Turn DPI. We store DPI. We then return true. Blah blah guy. Hi Max. What's up, dude? How you doing? Do you use free code camp? They seem good for beginners. I don't think I've ever used that, dude, to be honest. I just saw that I never subscribed to the channel. Oh shit. I see it's part 211. Have you applied for interviews? Yeah, dude. I applied. I've just only started applying about 3 weeks ago, so I've been applying. You know, it's tough. It's tough. I've been applying for about 3 weeks. I've sent out about 60 applications. I've had a few interviews. I've been talking to this company in particular. I've done, you know, a few rounds of technicals and stuff and do really well. You know, just try to stay consistent. You know, doing some Leetcode problems just for technical interviews and stuff, and getting better with my craft. What happened to the vlog, dude? I have been so busy. I have not had time to edit it, dude. So I have all the footage, but I just have not had time to edit it. I will get it out. Yeah. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I've been applying, so been grinding for only a few weeks. So I'm still a student though, so you know I have classes too and all sorts of shit. So yeah, yeah. So apparently this is meant to be this is what we're missing here. Substring loop condition off by 1. We're not passing by reference in here. Whoops. I'm not CVP, but I don't see where you're incrementing. Just the start is I+1. Yeah, that was my bug, I think. I'm getting a TLE too. Things are getting so uncertain in the US though. Are you working in the American market? Yes, sir. Yeah, I am. Man, I'm gonna give up on this problem, dude. I think I need to do a little bit more practice with DP stuff. So, what's going on with my phone, dude? I'll come back to it another time, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to some project work just because I don't have a lot of time. So, plus I'd rather do this stuff, dude. Leetcode gets frustrating sometimes. Okay, so yesterday here I was working on we got this on the screen here. So I was thinking, I've been researching today. I've been thinking about like an event system. Did you get your start in programming with Python? The problem is all the H1B competition in the US. Yeah, there's a lot of different stuff. You know, I'm just trying to. We got it incrementing here. What is your project? So, you know, I'm building a 2D game in with SCL3 just to kind of get my. I'm trying to teach myself C++. So, you know, just building a you know this game, dude. What is it called? 2D balloon shooter clone. Oh shit. Balloon, sorry, what am I doing? Balloon tower defense, dude. That's what I want. This game, dude. I'm kind of building a little bit of a clone of this. But just like a shitty way, obviously. The problem is all the H1B competition. What is your project? Yeah, this is my project. Have you tried entering the EU market? I'm almost certain you could land a job, but of course it's not America. The payment would be suboptimal. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Right now I'm kind of focused on finding a job in the States. Like what I said on stream, I've been dating my girlfriend here for like 3 years, so I want to be close to her and stuff like that. So, yeah. It's bigger than that, but it's hard for the ones with visa too. The question is not sustainable and fair needs judgment. I'm in the EU market, I could say it's still cozy right now. Yeah, no game engine. No game engine, bro. No game engine. No game engine needed, bro. The game's too simple, dude. I don't need a game engine, so I'm using an entity component system. So I guess the thing I want to work on here is I kind of want to figure out how, you know, I've got my state here, you know, where I can place my objects, but I kind of want to try, you know, create the functionality here for the button. You know, I've got the collision. I mean, I need to obviously load in the textures and everything, but, You know, I think that's the next thing. So obviously where I'm doing my buttons is on my UI class. So here, this is where we get the state of the button. State is the button pressed. Button state is hovered or normal. It changes color, but I'm trying to think here. Let's see here. CD. Unfair. I'm going to sleep now, so maybe I will try coming to your next stream. Enjoy your weekend. Appreciate it, man. It's gonna be fun, dude. Excited. My buddy's getting married, so yeah, it's gonna be a good time. They just need to pay fair wages, H1B or not. You just need laws to protect your people. The reason I think the SWE and EU is good is about the way more rules employers are held to. Privacy laws allow for. Yeah, bro. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Okay. Trying to think here. Do some planning here on how I want to do this. Think about the best way to do this. Let's see here. What was it called where we were placing the robot? Create robot, create tank. Yeah. So I was thinking about maybe of adding an actual event system to this. Balloon TT6 is a cool project. Yeah, it's just something fun, dude, honestly. But a job becomes more than a job when you need to get out of the country. Get your way out of the country. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's nothing impressive. I mean, dude, like balloon tower defense game, like, you know, it's nothing, spectacular, but just something I've been interested in. Let's see here. C++ is tough though, man. I mean, in America, it's a place where you can find startups. Yeah, I've been applying to startups too. Stuff that I have a look, man. I mean, I don't have a crazy amount of experience, right? But I've worked on a few things. I've had an intern project, C++. I've done a lot with React and stuff like that. So, I'm just trying to. It's impressive that most projects you see, it's all OV no engine, requires some math and logical thinking. It's all cool. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Trying to think here. I'm trying to think about how I want to go about doing this. In UI. So we have a scene pointer. Can we just call our create button function from here, dude? Honestly, I have no idea. What are we looking at? UI.cpp. Let's go scene. Create robot. We need a robot type. I don't know. Robot type. What are the types that I can't even remember what I did? Enum, red, green, blue, yellow. Let's do like blue or something. We'll do blue for now. See if we can get it to work. .cpp. Oh. Robot blue. Maybe I should build some sort of. What am I building? Just balloon shoot. Okay, let's see here. Oh wait, what do we? Hang on. So for every entity button, grab the registry. We grab every button. This is in the update function. I'm trying to think where would be the best place to put this. I don't think it should be in the update function. So we render here. I don't know. Let's just try it out. Let's see what happens. I have no idea what I'm doing, so. Okay, so it is working, but we got a little bug here. Oh my gosh, bro, what is going on? Oh, okay, it's updating constantly. Wait. Yeah, so we're constantly creating new entities here. Right, because we're creating a robot and we're creating multiple entities because it's in the update loop. Why not use a switch instead of so many ifs? I mean, I don't know. It's just by choice. I don't know. I mean, there's no reason, but I guess you can do whatever you like. Just trying to think about how I can think about this because I don't want this in the update method. But, you know, the create robot function is creating multiple entities, right? I mean, it's returning. We're creating multiple entities here, so the update function's running constantly. What's the best way to do this? I don't know. I guess I might have to ask Mr. GPT. See what they think. See what we got here. So let's grab this code. Have an update function. Nonetheless, amazing job. Thank you, bro. I mean, just doing a little bit of a C++ project. It's so tough, bro. Like with the syntax, I've never really worked with a low-level language like C++ before, so it's been a huge learning curve for me. I'm trying to think here. I have an update function. Let's look at our create robot function. Grab this really quick. In some cases, like 5 minutes early, it is better to use switch cases because of readability. Yeah, I agree. I mean, but I'm the only one working on this, so it's like, you know, I don't think it really matters too much. I'm just trying to put something together, bro. Like, again, this is just a small project. It's nothing like anyone's going to be using it or... But yeah, I do agree with you, though. What courses are you doing at uni? I'm doing a software engineering capstone. So I'm working on this. By the way, if you guys should follow my GitHub, dude. If anyone's interested, make me look a little better than what I am, but would appreciate it. But work on a restaurant management system. I'm in a group. You know, using React, Node, and Supabase. Making good progress. I mean, working on it a few weeks. So it's a software engineering class I'm taking, and then I'm taking this research seminar sort of class where I have to do some research on computer science stuff. So that's what I'm doing. Other event handling. No. In your main loop. I'm just going to create robot blue. STL event E. Since update runs in the game loop, holding the mouse for even a fraction of a second will spawn multiple robots. There are a couple of better options. Handle click events in the event system preferred. Instead of checking mouse state every frame, catch the STL mouse button down event and trigger robot creation there. The way one click equals one robot. Learning C++ is goated, trust me. Everything else is cake compared to it. Yeah. Yeah, it's it is goated. I really do enjoy it. I'm just a lot of this stuff is very difficult for me. So, I mean, I've only really been programming a lot recently, like, you know, the past 2 years, so I've just been trying to learn. I feel like in college, like, or in university, they don't really teach you how to program, and, you know, I kind of really went deep into my own, like, self-learning only the past 2 years, so I've heard that C is even harder, but apparently you can learn a lot from it. Yeah, I mean, I've been enjoying C++, so I've been watching a lot of Cherno. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that here, but Cherno is pretty good. So I believe we have a handle event here. What is this? UI? Pretty sure we have a handle event, don't we? No, we don't. Event? Nope. Since update runs in the game loop, okay, so handle click events in the event system preferred. Instead of checking mouse state every frame, so here we're checking mouse state every frame, we want to catch the STL mouse button down event and trigger robot creation there. STL event E. So maybe C++ syntax is much more complicated because you have so much more abstraction. Yeah. It is tough, dude. Const event E. If E.event type is equal to STL mouse down. So where's my main game loop, dude? Initialize, run. STL event. Let's take this main game loop here. That's it. I would get an aneurysm trying C. I'll stick to Python. Thank you very much, lol. It's all about memory, garbage collection, etc. Why C++ is valuable. I'm sure other languages, hard pointers, etc., etc. Yeah. These ways to move your button, click detention into STL event handling. And event, if event type. Okay, so forward events to UI. My dot event. Let's pass in our event. Need a, do we have a m_UI? That's what it's called. Game m_, was it capitals or something? Okay, now we need a handle event function. Man, Try assembly, bro. No, dude, I'm good. I'm dead. Where am I? Yeah, the abstraction is exactly what I've heard a downside compared to C. Yep. C++ is tough, dude. There's so much to fucking think about, man. I'm not even gonna lie, dude. So void handle event. I'm gonna pass in a SDL underscore event reference E. All right. So then this should be good in game. All right. Oh, we do include it over here. Why you don't like class unique pointer has no member handle event? Yes, it does, bro. What are you talking about? All right, fuck it. We'll leave that for now. C is widely used in embedded because of those reasons. You can really fuck something up with C++ when you introduce structures in embedded. That's why standards like so it won't exist. Yeah, yeah, man. Keep talking about it. C++ is tough, dude. Let's see here. UI here. UI handle events. CL underscore event. Reference E. Oh, we need that. Event E. Yep. Oh, this is void. Why is this not liking it, bro? What is going on here? Declaration is incompatible with. What is going on here right now? Okay. STL and E. Whoa, what is going on here? Decision isn't compatible. What is going on, bro? What? Any advice for complete beginners? Dude, yeah, I mean, like, kind of what Martin said. Just pick up something that you're interested in. I don't know. I picked up C++, you know, just for fun, bro, because I wanted to. I was just interested. I was interested in manual memory management and all that sort of stuff. So I never really got taught that. So I decided to just learn myself. Just do something that you're passionate with. Do something that's fun. Missing reference. Is that what it is? Ah, shit. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Vienna. Thank you, bro. Yeah, dude, just pick up something, pick up something that you're interested in. So that's my really only advice, dude, because if you're gonna, I don't know, that's probably the most important thing. Just doing stuff, it keeps you wanting to come back and keep working on it. So, SDL, mouse down. SDL3, mouse down. SDL event, mouse button down. SDL event, mouse button up. We probably want SDL event, mouse button down. The dot type. Ooh. that how we do it? E dot type. What's going on here? E dot type. Oh shit. It's equal to STL mount down. What am I doing? And then we probably want something else, right? Want the mouse button down, but we also want a left click, right? So top button is equal to STL underscore mouse button, what, like left or something? Mouse button, what is it in STL? CL3 mouse button left. STL button left. STL button left. There we go, bro. Type shit. Missing reference. Another important thing to learn while doing this series. Yes, sir. Try to implement static code checks with CPP check or similar. Static code checks with CPP check or similar. I don't know. I've only been doing C++ for like 2 months, bro, so I'm not even sure what that is. Static. Would you say static code checks with CPP check? I appreciate all this advice, guys. Like, all I need is advice, dude. Just, I mean, I'm not a great programmer at all. I'm just kind of trying to teach myself stuff. So, early bug detection identifies early bugs. Yeah, I've never heard about this. CPU check is static analysis that helps find bugs in C++ code. Okay, I'll definitely take a look, man. What are you making? Making a 2D kind of like Balloon Tower Defense clone sort of thing. Just like kind of a shitty version of it. Once you get a job, you would do a lot of implementations like Doxygen, CMarker, etc. Yeah, man. I mean, that's what I'm excited about. So, okay. So probably what we want to do here is one, right? We got to grab the mouse state, right? So mouse state being like the X and the Y, right? Because that's what we want to call this function. It's going to be kind of similar to, I think, what's up here. Float X, mouse Y. Let's take this code. Right, and let's grab the mouse state. Keep clean syntax when you can read the ISO guidelines. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's all a learning process, but yeah, I appreciate it, Martin, dude. Thank you so much for your help, dude. I mean, just trying to learn here. Dude, 212 days, you still don't find a job. The fuck? We're so cooked, but respect. Yeah, I mean, I've only started applying for jobs like 3 weeks ago. I do this series for fun. I did it while I was in college, so that's really all it's about. So I pretty much think that this is pretty much gonna probably be maybe a similar implementation to what we're doing here, right? I mean, we grab the mouse state, we get the view, right, for the button component, has a transform component. We loop through all of this. We assign. I think I'm going to take this code, because I think we're going to be doing something similar. Yeah, telling you from experience, but you're on a great path with this. Someone will see you eventually. Yeah, thanks, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. That's kind of the goal. You know, just trying to... I don't know, people just to notice my passion. I mean, it's just what I like to do, so... dude, I don't know why. Is it... Oh, because I need a reference to this? Is that... Oh, no, so... Reference goes in front. Is that the reason? Dude, why am I getting this, dude? Has no member handle event. What is going on here? Scene pointer m underscore scene. I don't know. Does anyone know why I'm getting an error here, dude? Where is that error? Game CPP. Wait, am I checking game? I didn't check game.h. Yeah, I have a pointer here to m_ui. Does anyone know why I'm getting an error here? Event. Reference event. Like, bro, what? Oh, it's a pointer. There we go, dude. There we go. That's why, bro. It's a pointer. Oh my gosh. Dude, I'm so stupid, dude. Oh man, that's what tricks me out about C++, bro. Fuck. Stupid shit like that, man. So I think we can kind of get rid of all this crap here. So here, we grab the view. We check if it's visible, right? It is visible. We apply it here. A button rectangle. Transform X. We assign our mouse point, right? Because this is our transform component. Our button component has a state. If SBL rect float mouse point mouse button, and then it's pressed, we then change it to pressed, and we create a robot. So checks if event checks mouse event thumb down and left click. Let's see what we're getting here. What are we getting, dude? What's our error, bro? Doesn't tell me, bro. Great, thank you. Appreciate it. Build a clean solution. There we go. I have to fix that. Are we even calling it? Yeah, we are. Calling create robot. So is this even getting... Guess we gotta make a breakpoint, dude. Oh. Oops, sorry. It's not even gonna let me click on it, dude. Renderer. Dude, what am I looking for? I'm looking for create tank. High transform width. Where am I checking, dude, for the... I can't even remember, man. CPP. Hey Max, check the function signature. Are you going to do something with the reference E? If not, you might use a const as a good practice for reference parameters. Hey Max, check the function signature. Are you going to do something with the reference E? I am. I'm checking here. Is that what you're talking about here? Did you not see that, or I don't know. Okay, so they're telling me that I'm not getting the mouse state here. That's why. Doing it the wrong way here. So, what we're meant to do, follow kind of what we're doing up here with our event. Right? So, let's get rid of this. It's equal to float dot button X, float mouse Y. It's equal to float e dot button dot Y. Don't need this. So we grab our mouse here, we open our view, we check, we then assign that. If STL pointed rect, we reference our mouse point and our button rectangle. Then we change our button state to be pressed and we create the robot. Fair enough. Use in the sense of modifying it. Okay. So you're saying in my game when I pass it in, you're saying I make it const here, right? Or actually, well, I guess when I make this const, because technically I'm not modifying it, right? I'm still learning, so it's like, you know, you're right. I mean, I should be like focusing on like const correctness and stuff like that, but you know, still learning. I'm gonna leave a comment here. I probably gotta end the stream here in a little bit. I gotta go pick up my buddy from the train station, but const correctness and take a look. This function not working. Not good. Okay. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna end the stream there. You already got a job, dude. You have 1.21k subs. No need for a job. Good luck. Appreciate it, dude. I mean, I think I've just been doing the series for a little while, so that's probably why. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching, dude. It's been crazy today. Like, you know, I think I looked one time, there was 50 people watching, so, you know, again, I really appreciate all the support and everyone that stops by. Exactly, that's the idea. If the function is not going to modify the object, use const clearly states it. Yes. Okay, thank you, Vienna. I'll definitely I gotta remind myself about that, you know, but, yeah. Appreciate you guys watching. For the people that were here, watch me do LeetCode. You know, I couldn't solve the problem, so, you know, sometimes you take the L. You know, it is what it is, but, you know, gonna keep being consistent, but appreciate you guys watching. You guys want to check out my GitHub? Would appreciate if you guys followed me, make me look better. So thank you guys. There's also a Discord. I'm building a little bit of a community, so if that interests you, join Discord below. But thank you guys for all the help. You know, shout out to Vienna, what a legend. You know, and everyone else that was helping me out throughout the stream. So thank you guys for your kind words. I know I'm not the most amazing programmer out there, but you know, I'm here to learn. So, but thank you guys, and I'll see you guys on Monday, dude. I got a wedding, so I'll see you guys on Monday. Good luck, man. Working on CPP and SDL can be confusing at times, but stick with it. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Peace, guys. Thank you for all the love. Peace.